What's crazy is I didn't even feel that at all.
Christ!
In my feet, the back and everything, the spinal. The spine is cooked. So of course with the 306 all around having more flex and give top to bottom, it takes the cake. That nigga got cake. Who said that? Who did that? Come on now. Give me a slice of the 306, the shoe, nigga, the shoe. So right away, if you're poor, turn the video off. Excuse me while I turn the video off. So to go broke, or not to go broke, well you probably already broke, so to go even more broke, these are pretty much pricey, many such cases, but of course we know the 933 is far and above beyond with the bullshit, as it always has been price-wise. Google it, Miss Moogly. Does anybody want to tell me why this is about $20 less than my full coverage auto insurance, and I'm in California? And that one just is my insurance. Okay, these niggas flexing. Somebody got my whole shit on their feet right now. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Build material. For the build, we have the same core components listed on the New Balance website, just constructed in different ways, obviously, and in different places with different amounts and so on. And we don't need to get into the hyper specifics. We'll do a general rundown of it. But all we need to know is overall how all of that holds up and how it performs. And they're both made up of mesh, suede, and cow leather. What the fuck that mean? What the fuck you think it mean, nigga? Fuck ass boy. Starting with the Reynolds 933, it's front to back, true to size, and fits close to the foot because it's pretty slim fitting. Like it's normal in actual width, so it's not like a skinny, narrow shoe, but doesn't break in any further really, like a whole lot, like other shoes do, including the 306 is expanding in the material. It really holds its form, so lasting longevity, but of course the trade-off, especially the tip of the toe boxes, it's not as wide. These definitely are not wide foot friendly. Luckily they make a wide option, but I've seen a handful of reviews that say the wides are not actually doing them justice. And in this Blue Tile video I referenced before, I believe he just said they were taller versus wider. So I wouldn't be surprised if they match up. If you got wide feet, oh man, going up a half size might not even work. It just may be too long from the back without any necessary width. The 306 Jamie Foys are wide foot friendly and just wide as a default. Like just wide as is. So imagine if they made like a wide version of these in addition to, like, they just got a healthy amount of width to them. Just standard, the default size. And they don't get as skinny or narrow towards the very tip like the 933s do. Let's get a little bit smaller, as you can see, but like nothing like the 933s or anything too crazy. Like your toes are not all bunched up in orgy. They're having an orgy right there in the 933s. They all on top of each other. So these are pretty in between, being skinny and not skinny. Probably a little closer to the skinny side of things than not. Definitely get smaller as you get to the tip. And yeah, so the look down view is pretty rounded with a tinge of squareness to it. That's just more so the rubber gets squared right there. So it's just it's a look down view. It's a view. The comfort, excellence all around for both of them. Like upon putting them on, you feel the side to side, the collar or the neck of the shoe padding, and of course that top down comfort and support. Of course, infinitely way more with the Reynolds 933 because it has several layers of padding. I mean, a lot of padding. That's a lot of padding right there. That's a BBL. But you undoubtedly feel the comfort around your ankle and all the way just top down. You definitely feel comfort. And you feel more so support. What you feel is a good snatch. Hey. And then you feel there's a rebound to them. That's that controlled heel device, that foam padding. So there's a bit of pep in your step, like I said. There's a little spring, a little pep in your step, little fella. But a little bit of a rebound, if you will. And just, yeah, it's just, these are, oh man, I might just keep walking. Quickly looking at the internals, there's just no match. It's really not fair going up against the 933. It quite literally has more and was going for such versus other shoes. So starting with the top, with each one, you first see their insole. The thickness is roughly the same until you get to the back with the 933. It's beefier back there and has that heel cupping or lip. The 933 feels a little more dense or firm while still being soft, of course. Both are proper insoles, more so carried by the next layer, which is a foam footbed layer. That seems to be the same on both, and it's more on the firm side of things, so really supportive with a bit of softness. So comfort, stability, and support is what they deliver. Just another layer of foam in between. Then the final layer for the 933 is that thick, dense heel foam insert. I'm sure it's absorb as well. It is that green. You can see it all throughout. Highly responsive and absorbs impact. It's definitely what's giving it the impact protection, overall support, and everything I was talking about. The 306s have it as well, and it's more so just in the heel portion. And the 933, it just keeps going. The 933 has that dual density absorb, that green layer. Apparently, since it's molded without glue, that allows for them to fuse together, providing unparalleled comfort. Very thick and dense. I feel my foot sink into that softness, just feeling comfortable, and just, again, really stable. Oddly, with the 306 around the neck part, the collar of the shoe, despite having a little less padding and a rather thin tongue, you especially feel it way more so than the 933. Like when you put it on, it's crazy. Thin, minimalistic tongue. Yeah, the tongue straps like I talked about. Let me get my stank ass foot up in it. Holy macaroni, fuck. Some Juneteenth macaroni, nigga. Some good shit. God damn, what the fuck going on here? How do I have? You know how you put your foot on? You put your shoe in your foot in a shoe, man. I am just, oh man. And you just feel that comfort and that snug fit and that hug and this warmth and this everything. Why does it feel like it has padding up through here? That's crazy. See how it's already strapped in that hug? I got 10.5. I would say maybe go like a half size down. And if anything, I feel like New Balance be running big. I know Converse would, in my experience, but yeah, I went a half size down. Either that or go true to size. I feel like a half size. It might be cool, maybe an 11, because when I get it on and tied and everything, you start moving. Yeah, so getting an 11, I'll be fine with these. They're gonna expand and break down. But also, they do perfectly fine on their own, so you don't even need to do that with the 933s. You can just keep it as is. Also, the 933 overall maintains the side-to-side and top-to-down and top-to-bottom comfort without the padding flattening out. So with the 306s, Jamie Foy's, they felt exceptionally amazing, and then normal as time went on. And after about a week and a half or 2 weeks, it depleted a lot with the side to side, but nothing short of greatness still. And based on my wear patterns, it looks like it won't even be an issue with by the time, like, I'm gonna blow a hole in them by the time there's any serious degradation in the overall comfort, especially the top to bottom impact protection and all that. That ain't going nowhere. Now again, with the 933s, the top down or footbed is far more superior and far more comfortable. The 933s take the win for it's built to. It's just built to do. It's just built like that. It also maintains all of that far greater and longer. The side to side 360 padding, and then the top to bottom footbed padding and everything like that. 3 weeks in, and the 306s, for all the wear that you see, they still feel above average impact wise, and just generally walking around in them. The 933s just again refuse to really deteriorate even a little bit after a whole dang month. Other than that, yeah, holding on pretty well. The rest of the shoe is just intact. The 306 foils have a partially gusseted tongue, thick tongue straps that are just wider in width or extend up more, cover more of your foot, the side of your foot. It really hugs your foot, not restricts it, not hinders its movement, but snugly holds it in place, adding to a level of comfort versus the 933s. The 933s also fit like pretty close to your foot, but in a different way because it's more so, again, on the skinny, again, normal in width in comparison. So it's not narrow, but it's definitely like a skinnier fit. It's pretty skinny. Yeah, so the fit top down is close to your foot, so it kind of hugs your foot, and that's by design. That's how it's supposed to be. I prefer the way the 306s go about it because it actually like goes above and beyond like hugging your foot. When you put it in there, it's hugged, it's in place, it's locked in, and it gives you that comfort versus the 933 that feels snug, but in a normal type of way. You know what I mean? It's not as cozy, but again, nonetheless, not an issue. And it does have great padding. The break-in. The 4s, just, yeah, From the outsole and the toe cap rubber to the upper suede to the overall construction, it's just more flex, more give, more leeway, more forgiveness.
It's going to be too thick for some people. It's going to be too stiff for some people. Some people might not like the look of it. So all those people saying, no, I don't like this, I don't like that, shut up. Go buy something else.
There's better outsole grooves to allow for the forefoot to flex in comparison. In fact, it specifically makes a claim that is true, that the forefoot fits like a vulcanized, it feels like a vulcanized sneaker. It's just the forefoot in terms of how much flex and board feel it has. Now the back end, you ain't feeling much of the board until you break it in, but yeah.
So the flex point, he didn't want it anywhere else, but he wanted it around here, so that's where you do get the most amount of flex as intended. The upper has a little bit of groove line, so you do get a little bit of flex, especially when you have it on your foot, you have more weight to it and everything. But this shit is pretty it's pretty rigid. So it just springs back into place. And
it also breaks in and breaks down better and quicker, which also means that, of course, it's going to deteriorate faster than the 933s, but not fast in general or too fast. That expanding of the materials allows for more of a relaxed fit and space in the shoe while still fitting close to the foot based on that goose-headed tongue. The 933s, by design, are a lot stiffer on purpose and maintain that stiffness, thus longevity, and protection, not giving much room from the time you buy them, take them out the box and put them on and then break them in down the road. It just stays the same. It just complete stick up the ass. The 933 is thicker overall and far more stiff. I mean, stiffer than the Classroom, almost in a bad way if you like a lot more board feel in general, let alone out the gate, versus the fours, which only get better as time goes on. They just ain't great, and then they just get better. Not to say that 933s in time won't get any better, as in less stiff and thus have more upper foot board feel, but it just maintains a level of rigidity that you're gonna have to get used to, assuming you're not already skating similar built shoes. The toe box of the 306 sits more wide through and through, like I said before, not just at the midfoot, and it's pretty square, and it just holds that all the way to the tip of the tongue, the width, and while the 933 is more narrow from the midfoot onwards and a little bit square towards the tip and just pretty pinches off. Both kind of feel clunky. The 933 a little bit less, actually, like flick wise, since it's a little bit more narrow, or normal in width, I should say. I don't want you to think they're skinny like some damn Nijas, all of them, but also it has like that thickness, so it clunks, but in a different way. So again, both are rather clunky. For me, wider shoes have a choppier, slower flick overall versus something normal in width. It's more quick and pointed and dialed for me personally, but doesn't mean you can't achieve a similar feel or close enough response with something wider. The rubber on both is plenty sticky, no issues there. It's also just stiff and rigid enough to give you something firm and structured to flick off of in a good, healthy way, as in it gives a firm base to generate energy and slide your foot up in it, and then cash in on that energy with the flick and the physics and shit like that, and the physics shit. I barely struggled. My biggest struggle, more so with both of them, but again with the Foys less so, was that lack of board feel. And the 933s kind of didn't feel like a skate shoe kind of would on the board initially. You feel up and lifted and not as flat and flush, and it felt like some running shit. It looks like some running shit. It was on some, but I almost ran. Don't think I forgot. Right, you can't forget that goofy old rubber herp bump on the very tip of the 933s. I actually felt it engaged with my kickflips. My kickflips be hitting way up there somehow. All of a sudden, used to be more down and on the side of my foot, but for some reason it was just hitting on that very tip. I felt it one time. Autism, okay? It's probably a nothing, bro. It just don't even matter, okay? But I did feel it for what it's worth, at least at one time. And it's more so like it's a toe guard, and probably extend the life of the toe cap. So I mean, don't worry about what I was talking about, where I felt it engage and everything like that, unless you flick there and you're on the spectrum too, okay? This is a doozy, okay? On the board, both are solid. 306 has far better grip. I feel like the clear part of the 933 has like too much give. I don't know what it is. It kind of crumbles in on itself, it feels like, thus losing grip even out the box. And when broken in, not to an extent where it's like an issue or slippery, but it's trolling. This shit is trolling.
As a matter of fact. So yeah, this should warm up and get a little bit better, but man, there's just some fucked up level of slip to them.
The foils are exceptionally sticky. Like, seriously.
That is fucking grippy as hell, man. Oh my goodness, this mob is going on like 3 weeks.
The Reynolds it's nothing too offensive, and it's only on the board. Like on other surfaces, it's good to go. Now the switch and trade-off, general surfaces are both fantastic and run-of-the-mill functional, but with the 306s, more so on smooth, like skateboard concrete to be exact, and the extra slippery areas, they turn into ice. Not good if you're brown. And especially if you're legal and brown. Now, what the fuck going on here? Everywhere else on my park, it's really grippy. Business as usual. But on those areas, like some of your whole park is like that, so you're cooked. My 306s, to the extent it matters, they be gathering some rocks on some caveman shit. What the fuck you gonna do with them rocks? Something else to keep in mind. So impact, general support, comfort, and structural integrity, the 933s, the Reynolds, is just easily handles this, and you probably be hard pressed to find a shoe that comes close. My trade-off for that is I can forego not needing that to the highest degree and get like a lot lesser in terms of that performance, but at least it's affordable and still gets the job done in accordance to my needs. That impact is crazy. It's worth the investment if all other aspects of the shoe make sense. Like, I find the 306s to be slightly above average, making them great for impact and have not had any issues like I've been saying. I did not feel any decline in the performance the whole month I skated the Reynolds 933. Like, none at all, shockingly. With the 306, not to the point that it matters, but you can definitely feel like some of the support and all the layers of cushioning slightly compressing more or having a lot more give to it, but again, not to the point that I felt anything jumping off of anything. But it's definitely waning a little bit more, especially compared to the 933. After another week, if I get that wear and tear wise, which it looks like I just about will, it's gonna be that I might start to feel the impact a little bit here and there, but which I guess wouldn't matter because I'm not skating that no more at that point. It'd definitely be blown out by that point. Now wear and tear wise, I'm like, I think the Foys may have, it's either the same or the Foys are doing a lot better, I would say. Look at the damage patterns. They're both pretty pricey. It's $95 for the Foys and the $130 for the, so that's affordable now. The Foys sound like it's a bargain at that point. So yeah, really, that damage is pretty unsightly on the 933, the upper wear, which is still a problem, even if I can stomp around in it still. The brown colorway I haven't skated it to completion, but you can see it's probably gonna wear at the same, like a similar rate. I'm not getting the most life out of these hoes. I damn sure am not for the price I paid. The 933s is exclusively the price that is the problem for me, because it lasted like a normal shoe, but it's not costing a normal shoe price. So like the upper lasted like a normal shoe would. Got me to the higher end of things. I pushed it to a month, but that is just blown out. What you see here is blown out. It was done before that, but it got me pretty comfortably to the 3-week mark in terms of the upper wearing normally, which is all bad for that price. I'm not playing though. I'm gonna tuck that back in though. We still got some more skating to do. Been 3 weeks and two days. Oh damn, that's cooked. The upper is cooked. Where it was exceptional and crazy is again that lower half, the outsole and the impact protection and stability, especially this far in a whole month. That was exceptional. If only the upper was somewhere close to that, then it would be a lot better. Nonetheless, these are definitely something, when I catch them on sale, I grab them. Yeah, so if I only needed the support, then I would easily just be skating the 933s into perpetuity, forever. To perpetuity. Okay, I'm just stockpiling them and catching them on sale because that price is just crazy. But since I don't absolutely need the best of the best of the best of the best, sir, with the 933, I can just make do with all these other shoes, man, that are way more affordable.